Now we're going to go on to one of the most famous firearms of all time. The S.M.L.E. #1 Mark III, Mark III Star. This was a British weapon that was manufactured from 1907 to 1974. That's an extremely long time period for a military firearm to be produced. It was made in Britain, in Australia, and in Italy. It was chambered for the .303 British, which is basically a slightly oversized .30 caliber round. And over 7 million of these things were made. Tremendously effective. The example that we have is a rather rare variation made in Lithgow, Australia in 1927. The thing that makes this pretty rare is the fact that there were very few rifles produced between the two world wars. So this is a nice example of that. Also, this is a Mark III instead of a Mark III Star. Military tacticians had a huge fear of troops wasting ammunition. So all the early bolt-action rifles had some way that they could actually cut the magazine off and turn it into a single shot. The idea being you'd load the rifle and then throw the magazine cut off into position and then use it as a single shot until you needed those extra rounds in the magazine. During World War II, around 1917, the British decided again, hey, we don't have the time, we really need the ammunition to be shot, so they dropped that magazine cutoff. But Australia continued to produce it in that form. Now, it had a 10-round detachable box magazine, twice as many rounds as the Mauser, but it did use the Mauser type clip system in a slightly modified version. The other difference was the fact that this rifle actually cocked on closing. When you close the bolt, that cocked the firing piece. Mausers, it actually cocks the firing piece when you open the bolt. Now the idea was that this would make the rifle faster to fire. That's always been very debatable, but it is a fact that the trained English soldier could fire up to 50 rounds a minute from this particular bolt-action rifle. So it was very effective, as the Germans found out during World War I. This was the type of rifle that was used during North African campaign. It was there at Dunkirk and so on and so forth. So long distinguished history of the S.M.L.E. Incidentally, the term S.M.L.E. gave the British soldiers a really good name to call this. They called it the Smelly.